With the rapid evolution of various technologies, law enforcement leaders have found themselves barraged with a constant stream of innovative technology tools, all of which are designed to improve crime fighting. So, what are the benefits of using all these new technologies? As I'm sure you know, the world of law enforcement is very different now than it was 20 years ago. Technology has advanced by leaps and bounds, changing the way police officers do just about everything. Now, the unimaginable has not only been imagined, but manifested, and there's no slowing down. From drones in the sky to microcomputers in our glasses, technological advancements abound. Here are just a few of the technologies, either already on the street or on the horizon, that will help police make the stuff of science fiction become science fact. Police are now looking to use drones on patrol. They use social media to solve crimes and engage the public. They use biometrics for data security and identification. And police now have automatic tag and license plate readers. And what are the challenges of all these new technologies, you may ask? Well, social media is oddly enough a big problem. With so many arrests now being caught on camera and not often showing the whole picture, police are now tried in the court of public opinion, often before any consensus can be made as to their arrested's guilt. The outrage over police actions has certainly turned the tides on the trial before, and I'm sure it'll continue to do so as long as the public doesn't always have the full story. Another challenge is the vulnerability of all this technology. Back in the day, all information on people and cases was kept in a file folder in some police basement until it was needed. But now, any and all data related to anything the police are working on is now a lot less secure. Yes, police have softwares and intricate firewalls in place to prevent the breach of information, but we all know nothing is truly unhackable in this day and age. So how has technology changed the job? First, law enforcement has a lot more to learn and be trained in than before. There was a time when all one needed to know was basically how to work the siren, how to fingerprint, and how to shoot a gun. Now, officers have to be trained to use all the databases available to them. And more so, police have to not only be aware of all the new and evolving technologies for them, but also all the new and evolving technologies that can be used against them. While it may be a great idea in theory to have small drones equipped with some sort of projectile roam the streets with each officer, the reality is that no one can ever be sure of the safety of these technologies. To put it simply, while the police can feel a sense of safety with all the new technologies at their disposal, they can also feel a sense of emerging dread at the thought of what technologies could be created by criminals to harm or disrupt. But don't take this the wrong way. No one is arguing that technological advancements haven't improved policing by a long shot. But with emerging privacy and safety issues, many feel that there needs to be better control and regulations around what sort of technology is used and where. Technology has transformed our daily lives and replaced analog communication systems with apps and social networks. People feel naturally protective of their personal data and are wary of surveillance from police and intelligence agencies, and this can lead to many misunderstandings. The general public misunderstands what information federal law enforcement collects. Many also mistakenly assume that law enforcement authorities have access to all communications at all times. In fact, they must obtain individual warrants approved by judges to intercept the communications of suspected criminals. And not to mention, the proliferation of communications platforms is a huge challenge for law enforcement. Previously, law enforcement authorities could obtain a court order for a wiretap with a single phone carrier. Now, with countless providers, networks, apps, and means of communication, the options for lawful surveillance are very limited. Because of this, police have to follow some new rules. What used to be as simple as going to a judge for a warrant is now a mishmash of getting multiple warrants for multiple platforms, communicating with many different companies and agencies, and sometimes even having to deal with cross-country conglomerates that never really seem to play by one country's rules. All of this makes the police officers' jobs even more difficult than they otherwise would have been. Thanks for listening to this podcast on technological advancements in policing, and I hope you've learned something. For more information on matters pertaining to technology and policing, please contact your local police website. Thank you.